Welcome to the Swarm. I'm glad that you have decided to stop by to see what the buzz is all about.
Hey everybody, Skeeter here. Welcome back to the channel. This has been a crazy week in the news. We've all heard about the tragic shooting in Minnesota and the events surrounding it. Well, we're going to take a right turn because we're never going to take a left turn. You know, we're always going to take a right turn. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I don't want to get too deeply involved in it. There's a million videos out there. There's a million news programs out there about it. But I want to talk a little bit about my opinion about some of the things that happened. And then we're going to take another right turn. And I want to talk to you about the ATF and something that really, really has ticked me off and should be a red flag to everyone in the gun community when it comes to this topic about what happened. So stay tuned. We're going to get right back to it. See you in a bit. All right, I want to start by saying this. If you are watching this video, if you're subscribed to my channel or you're just watching it and you are left-leaning, you probably aren't going to like this video. And if so, just stop watching now. Or if you want to watch through and you want to criticize me for my opinion and what I have to say, I mean, after all, it is my channel, go right ahead. Comment below. I'm a big boy. I can take it. And I'd actually like to hear your opinions because then it gives me the ability to make another video about the opinions that you expressed and why my opinions not only differ, but I think that my opinions are justified on this topic specifically and based around the events that happened last week. All right, I'm going to start this off with something that's probably going to piss some people off, and I'm probably going to lose some subscribers over this. I don't have many to begin with, and you know what? I don't even care anymore because what happened last week is outrageous. It should have never happened, and I wrote something on Facebook the other day, and I deleted it. I do that a lot. It makes me feel good. I'll write something, and then I think better of myself. Maybe I shouldn't post it, because it's just going to start flames with people who I'm kind of friends on Facebook, but they don't really agree with me. So I'm going to read it to you anyway, and here it goes. So my friend John, who I mention a lot in my videos, he texted me the other day, and he said, turn on the 5 right now, and you got to watch Johnny Joey Jones just light up Jessica Tarloff over what she said. So I wrote this post, and I'm going to read it to you because I want to quote myself very accurately. So just, if you don't mind, just bear with me. So I wrote, go to Fox News and rewind to the 5 and watch Johnny Joey Jones verbally destroy Jessica Tarloff after she blames the gun for what that mentally ill, demented, anti-Semitic, anti-American POS did to the children in that church yesterday. I'm sick and tired of the liberal, self-hating Jews who continue to promote these mentally disturbed morons who want to cut off their genitals to become something that they are not. Now, before you decide to blast me for this comment, I'm Jewish. I love our flag, our country, our military, our law enforcement, and our first responders. If you don't like them, I don't like you, and I don't care if you don't agree with me. If you want to live an alternative lifestyle, be my guest. I actually don't care about that either, and I mean that. Just don't think you can impose your beliefs on those of us that do not believe in what you do, nor make me want to change my life, my belief, or the things I do to accommodate your lifestyle. I will not, we will not, and the Constitution of the United States of America protects that right as well as your right to be a mental patient and cut off your junk. And this is all on all of you liberals and the mother of that POS who signed off on his name change and his gender identity when she signed the documents for him, yes, him, it's a him, to change his name from Robert to Robin, Could mental illness be genetic? I don't know. Well, his parents facilitated this. Rant over. Now, my opinion on being a parent has never wavered. I always felt that my job as a parent was never to be my children's friend, but was to raise them to be independent and self-sufficient adults, not to overcoddle them, and certainly not to allow them to just go off in directions and on tangents that I didn't feel would be in their best interests. With that said, I still respect their opinions now that they're adults to be who they want to be and to do what they want to do, whether I would agree with that or not. Now, as far as this kid in Minnesota, I don't get it. As a minor, how do you facilitate mental illness? Because this is mental illness. And I'm going to put something up now and show you something that shows who has committed most of these school shootings. So let's go to that for a second and take a look at this. The Denver shooter, trans. Aberdeen shooter, trans. Nashville shooter, trans. Georgia shooter, trans. Philadelphia shooter, trans. Iowa shooter, gender fluid. Uvalde shooter, trans. Colorado shooter, trans. Minnesota shooter, trans. See a pattern there? Well, if you don't, that's a problem to begin with. I see a pattern there. Then you get the mayor of Minneapolis who goes on television at a news conference and says, "Don't villainize our trans community." Huh? He said, "It's the guns. It can't be the guns. Guns are inanimate objects. My gun is not jumping out of my holster right now and shooting somebody. It needs a brain and a finger behind it. And if the brain is warped, can they do damage? Of course they can do damage. Just like a vehicle can do damage, just like a baseball bat can do damage, just like a knife can do damage, or any other object that you decide to use as a weapon. Stop villainizing the tools and villainize the person behind the tool." As soon as this tragedy happened, the Democratic politicians went full retard anti-gun. And of course they did, because they'll never let a good shooting go to waste and try and take our guns away. But I have a very different opinion on this. Let's talk about the guns themselves. So supposedly, he purchased these guns. He had a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol. So this guy was not adjudicated mentally defective. So therefore, when he did his NICS background check, there was nothing that came up that would prohibit him from owning a gun. Well, here's where I want to take a hard right turn again and talk to you about the 4473 form and the NICS check background specifically, and what that form says that went into effect during the Biden era. All right, now here's the real meat and potatoes of what I want to talk to you folks about. Let's take a real hard right turn. Let's talk about the 4473 form. For those of us in the gun community, which is probably all of us, if not most of us watching this video, that's the form we fill out for our NICS check, National Instant Criminal Background Check System. Well, if you have been, I should say, adjudicated mentally defective, committed to a mental institution, you are federally prohibited to own a gun. It's very simple. Now, here's my problem. In 2020, again, under the Biden era, there was a change made to the 4473 form where it says sex. It used to be male and female. Well, they added another option, and that was non-binary. So here's my problem. If you agree that this whole trans thing is a mental illness, which I believe it is, because you can't be something you're not. If you believe that, then as soon as you check the non-binary box, you're attesting to the fact that you're mentally incompetent. I know there are going to be people that disagree with me, and I'm okay with that because, again, I love our country, and that's what America is all about. You can disagree with me. Comment below, right down below. There's plenty of space there for you guys to comment. But you're not going to change my mind. I believe that being trans is a mental illness. So let me ask you another question. If I said to you right now, I identify as a rabbit, and I'm going to put big fuzzy ears on my head, and I'm going to hop around, and you must accept the fact that I'm a rabbit, what would you think of me? You'd think I'm nuts, okay? So when a guy says he's a girl, isn't that the same thing? When a girl says she's a guy, isn't that the same thing? If you won't accept me if I identify as a rabbit or a cat or a dog or an iguana or a desk, then you can't accept me as a female if I was born a male. What do you think?
Oh, hello again. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I thought I'd do a quick flyby and ask you to take a moment to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Thank you.
Now, I was doing some research on this, and I found out that in January of 2025, the Trump administration, by executive order, took the non-binary option off of the 4473 form. The problem is that the current form in use is from August of 2023 and still has the non-binary option on it. Again, in my opinion, when you check that box, if you check that box, that should instantly be a prohibition for you owning a gun. Here's another reason why. If something happens, and I've seen this, when somebody gets denied on a NICS check, sometimes law enforcement comes in to the store, grabs the 4473 form, and starts to do an investigation. Well, if you put non-binary, how do they know who to look for? Are we looking for a guy? Are we looking for a girl? Are we looking for a guy dressed up as a girl? What are we looking for? You can't be something you're not. And especially when it comes to purchasing a firearm. And I know we shouldn't have background checks and all that other stuff. That's a whole different discussion. But the fact is, we have background checks. So shouldn't everything on that form be exactly correct and appropriate for the person who's filling out the form? Are you a guy or are you a girl? There's nothing else you can be. So when I was doing the research for this video and putting things together, I spoke to a really good friend of mine who happens to live down here in South Carolina. His name is Alan Schwick, and Alan is pretty well known in the gun community up on Long Island in New York. Alan ran the junior club at the Freeport Range, which taught marksmanship and gun safety to children ages 5 to 20. And he was very involved in it. He is a true patriot. I'm honored to call him a good friend. And he's an amazing man to consult with on all things gun related, especially legal matters. He also had to defend a colored gun ban in Nassau County on Long Island a few years back, where Nassau County banned guns of certain colors, which he owned a bunch of. And instead of having his guns confiscated by them and destroyed, he sued them and he won on appeal. So it's probably safe to say they don't like him too much up there. But he's an amazing guy. And when we were discussing the 4473 form, again, he's an FFL down here. So he said, yeah, it's got the non-binary. And him and I were kind of in agreement on the ramifications of checking that on the 4473. And he decided to write a letter to President Trump, letting him know the urgency of taking that off of the 4473 form. He also sent me a template, and I will put the template in the description below so you guys could copy that, put your own names and addresses in it, and send it off to President Trump if you so desire to do so. And I'm going to post in the video right now. I'll show you the letter so you can pause the video and read it. It's a pretty good letter, and I think that all of us should try and take this form letter that I'm going to post below and send it off to President Trump and let him know the urgency to change the 4473 form. Let me know your opinions. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. It really helps the channel out. And until next time, Skeeter out.